Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to my channel, my name is Inkais, and welcome to our series on the road to level 25 Bill Overbeck. Yo, look at this. Look how different this is. So there was a huge patch for the game. This is patch 1.5.0. I've played around in it a little bit. I've read every single point of update, and it's huge. I've gone through every line of it. I actually recorded it. I'm probably gonna slap it to the end of the video. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, it's right here. If you play the game, you can see it. Most notable differences in the game. There's a bloodlust mechanic, so you have the increased speed for killers during chases. You no longer activate hack traps if you're crouching. I know exactly what all the important ones are since I've already read this. Some more values for cleansing totems. Sabotaging hooks has gone up. Hooks actually come back after 3 minutes. Sabotage hooks get automatically repaired, which kind of sucks. Also, skill check starting point was changed from the circumference of the circle of the skill check zone, or the skill check circle is gone from like close to the quarter point to 0.33 of it, which is a little later on the line on the circumference, which is great. It allows you more time to react, so no more silly skill check goof ups and mess ups. What else is of importance here? Exit gates have gone up in the opening process. Sabotaging hooks. Oh, the biggest, most important change of all is that the trapper can no longer put bear traps below hooked survivors. Also, disarming traps has gone from 5 seconds to 2.5 seconds because it just took too long for no real good reason. And then a ton of bug fixes. But strangely, they have not addressed the bug with full screen, and at least in the patch notes, they also haven't addressed the bug with infinite offerings. So I'm assuming that for my bill, that my tarnished coin is still an infinite offering, and in fact, why don't we just, take a look at it and try it out this round. They also took Chinese firecrackers completely out of the game. I guess the seasonality of them is gone, and we're moving on. But you know what? Let's go out with a big bang, right? Patch 1.5.0. Why not? Let's go. And I have a lot of points. I actually got 25,000 points from getting a duplicate perk on the shrine. And it gives you 25,000 points if you take a duplicate one. Because I'm very close to getting to the point where I can take another one of these. And I was hitting the cap-ish. I was at like 900 points or so. So I just took this. I'm not a huge fan of the shrines either. So if it's going to give me money, or if it's going to give me blood points that I can spend on Bill Overbeck, then fantastic. As far as my gripes, I mean, you're gonna see the in-game differences too. Like, for example, the progress bar on healing people and like getting generators fixed and stuff. That's also improved. It used to be black with the white progress in it, and it was really hard to see how much you had left because you would often have that black bar go on like a black object or the environment or like a darkness, and you would never be able to gauge it. So now it's like 2 different shades of gray with different opacities, and you can see exactly how they overlap and how much you're making progress. And yeah, the bloodlust mechanic, pretty scary that the killers get faster, but it also degrades like 10% per however long. But anyway, we're happy with our perks. As you can see, these screens have also drastically changed, but I'm gonna pause, and we're gonna resume it as soon as I jump into a game. Yeah, I mean, I've messed around a little bit in the game, and the game seems to be. I'm gonna take this moment on the loading screen and kind of talk to you a little bit more without any distractions, but the game seems to be still very buggy, very unstable sort of patch. And the servers, I mean, I don't know what's going on, but here's what I've run into so far. I've run into lobbies that never filled up. I have run into games that had extremely horrible latency. And this last one was the most amazing of them all. So, oh god, this one has latency issues too. Oh god. Let me tell you what happened during this last match that I joined. Oh god. That's the hag. Remember that her traps can be avoided if we crouch. So this last lobby that I joined, after taking forever to load the game, it sent me back to the main menu as a level 2 Dwight. Excuse me? Yeah, you heard it right. A level 2 Dwight. It just, the loading get cancelled, and I get sent to the main menu as a different character. And then if that's not weird enough, and if that's not weird enough, the game wouldn't let me like join another lobby or start a game until I pressed quit, like I wanted to exit the game. And when the prompt came up and I said yes, quit the game, please exit the game, I was in a lobby readied up, and then I got thrown into this game, believe it or not. Excuse me? Where the hell did she come from? What the hell? Just pop them all. Okay, let's go. Let's go. You'll be fine. Excuse me? I was hooking or unhook. Oh my god. What the fuck? Then what good is my borrowed time? What? Oh, okay. Okay. That's a great ability. Right? Super useful. You need to disable that from happening. Wow. They really need to disable the killer grabbing you from behind when you're unhooking someone. That is absolutely dumb. That just completely defeated the purpose of my perk. Wow. Okay. Wow, this hag has been destroying people. Wow. We're all downed. Oh, and she took me first. Well, GG. Alright. I wish these guys would actually move a little bit. That was not a window! Oh no! Oh, fuck me, man. I did my best. I did my best. This hag is supernatural. This hag is like the best killer that I've ever played against. Like, hands down. Well... that really sucked. And I don't think that's just inexperience from like playing not that many games against a hag. That's probably like the 4th time that I've ever gone up against a hag in my history of ever playing Dead by Daylight. I was pretty bad. But I mean, I was the whole borrowed time bullshit that caused every issue in the entire game. We're gonna... I'm done actually with the game for tonight. Like, I've spent enough time trying to join matches, and I've spent enough time just trying to make it work. That, you know, it doesn't have to be the best video. We've been doing this all series. I mean, the entire series so far has been like pretty much every single game that I play I've recorded, not just wins but also losses. Oh shit, what the fuck happened? What just happened? I was looking at things. Game. Man, we're gonna be so high level after this. Level 18. We're gonna hit level 20 for sure. Do I see any perks on here? Oh my gosh. Hell yeah. Oh, by the way, we need to see if Tarnished Coin was still an infinite offering or not. Yes. And yeah. I don't want those, honestly. Give me that. Give me this. Give me that. Take me to level 19. Jesus. Ooh, left behind level 2. Well, I wish actually it was another one of them level 2 instead of this one, but eh. I guess I'm a beggar and I cannot be a chooser. So we're gonna take that and then that. It's gonna be 8,000. 8,000. I don't believe that the entity is going to start eating from that side yet. So, you know what? Just save it. Save the points. We're gonna go and see if the Tarnished Coin was infinite or not. Oh, yes. Perfect. In another failed match that I refuse to show you because of the game issues, it would just be a complete waste of time, even more waste of time than this loss, which was actually not that terrible, to be honest. I tried Petrified Oak. Petrified Oak was not an infinite offering. I didn't even get to use my freaking firecrackers. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. Well, anyway, there you have it. Patch 1.5.0. What I did want to mention in the video, which I think actually after this video you're gonna hear me repeat it while I'm going through the patch notes, but I wanted to say that also that the game is still very buggy and it's still not balanced. I still stand by what I said before, that the game has always been horrible as far as balancing and needing tweaks to make the game more fair. And it's evident in their patch notes, like clear as day, that they still haven't figured anything out, and that they're just testing things. You know, they're increasing values by like 200% and cutting other ones down to like 50%, and those are incredibly significant and wild changes to values and balancing, and that is not how you achieve balancing. You don't changing something from taking 8 seconds to 16 seconds and doubling it. That is not balancing. That is you just testing another number to find the middle ground. But can't complain. I'm playing it. I'm having fun with it on so many other levels, you know, issues aside. It's been a fun game. And I think you guys like it, and that's all that matters. So, after this video, you're going to see about 20 minutes of me going over the patch notes. I encourage you to watch it to learn all the different like nuances and the changes they've added overall to the game, and the way that it works, especially with like the hexes and totem cleansings and all that fun stuff. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up on the video if you did. Go get the patch for yourself, and if you're new to my channel, subscribe. No pressure. I don't care if you do or don't. Just up to you. But anyway, thanks for your time and attention. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. We're gonna go back to the patch notes. Like I said, time mark in the description if you want to skip forward. But let's take a look at it. Let's see what's new. Apparently a lot. I'm very much interested in the balances and bug fixes too, because I've spent so much time just playing this game that I'm probably gonna be familiar with everything that they're going over. Added a new status effect display in the HUD. Added a set of black left behind shirts for the people. Added controller support in the menus. Very nice. I like that. Menu UI version 2.0, great. We also have Korean and Japanese. If you want me to switch to Japanese and not understand what I'm doing, sure. Let me know in the comment section. Balance changes. Added a bloodlust mechanic. Increased the speed for killers during chases. Excuse me? Was that ever an issue? Huh? Just the hack trap activation will no longer trigger when crouching. So these are like actually crucial information to have. Glad I'm going over all of these because, you know, you want to know that if you crouch over hack traps, you're not going to activate them. Even the mouse cursor is different. Adjusted rarities for some perks and rarity probabilities for perk selection in the blood web. Adjusted audio occlusion levels of multiple objects. Good. Adjusted the effect of light affecting offerings. Adjusted the effect of light affecting offerings. There needs to be a hyphen here. Adjusted the radius of the circle at which the crows fly around still survivors. Changed bitter murmur perk. Changed reveal values from 246 to 579. This perk currently ranks as one of the lowest usage rates amongst killer perks. We are testing an increase in level or in reveal time to see if this perk's usage rates increase. Change Iron Grasp perk. Oh, I know this one. In light of the sabotage and hook repair implementations, we have changed Iron Grasp's values to their old values. Struggling is reduced by 25, 50, and 75. Change from 20, 40 to 60. Excuse me? I honestly did not think that killers needed help. Time to struggle out of killer's grasp is increased by 4, 8, and 12% instead of 15, 17, and 36. Huh? So notice the numbers have been much higher for a while. This was due to killers, so it's decreased, not increased, right? Or am I crazy? Oh, I can't. I mean, apparently I can't read English, right? As noticed, the numbers have been much higher for a while. This was due to killers not having enough access to hooks on the map. Excuse me? The auto hook repair mechanic should allow for smaller iron grasp numbers. Right, so decreased. Okay, cool. Changed dull totem cleanse scoring value from 400 to 600. Changed hex totem cleanse scoring value from 800 to 1000. Changed sabotage of hooks to be 15 seconds instead of 20 seconds. Thank you. Changed totem cleansing time to 14 seconds from 10 seconds. What the hell? Change skill check starting point from 0.25 to 0.33. I appreciate that. I'm assuming this is like, you know, the radius or the circumference of the circle that a skill check pops up on, instead of, you know, it appearing as soon as like it being a quarter of the way. It could be a little past that, which gives you a little bit more time to react to it, because it was a little much sometimes. Change the Hex Devour Hope perk at level 3. Remove the repair generator penalty when or given at 1 token, or replace it with a speed boost at 2 tokens. The reason we changed the bonus from the token gain was due to the fact that the repair penalty was a dead giveaway that the killer had Devour Hope. No shiz. Change the Hex Thrill of the Hunt perk. Removed a condition that required a hook save for a token to be applied. Instead, tokens will be awarded for each remaining totem on the map. Additionally, the killer will receive a notification when someone starts working on a hex totem. Excuse me? What about stealthiness? Okay. Change the Lightborn and Shadowborn perks. These perks have changed to match the 1.4 engine update lighting. Modified the recovery time to a constant 50% for Lightborn. Light effectiveness has been reduced from 100% to 35% for both Lightborn and Shadowborn. Shadowborn gets you blinded at most 30% faster, which is down from 50%. And time to recover from this condition was reduced from 75% to 50%. Change the No One Escapes Death perk, now called Hex. No One Escapes Death perk. We've modified No One Escapes Death, or NOED, to be a hex-based perk instead of having a 2-minute timer starting once the gates are powered. The hex will be applied once the exit gates are powered. As long as there is a dull totem still intact, survivals will have an option to destroy the totem or try and open the door to escape. It's not door, gates. Get it right. I like that. It's not too detrimental. Change the Save the Best for Last perk. Remove the flat, successful, and missed attack cooldowns from STBFL and replace them with a successful attack cooldown that is triggered after chasing a survivor for 20 consecutive seconds. What? Change the audio cue when used when the small game perk gets triggered. Change the color of survivor auras and the effects of the perk Bond. These auras were previously red, which generally indicates the survivor is in trouble. Change the auras to yellow. Change the progression bar color to make the visibility of the progression more noticeable, or in the case of repairing, unhooking, healing, shiz like that. Decrease the penalty for failing a sabotage action skill check from 25% to 10%. Heh, that is a huge jump, but thanks. We believe the sabotage fail skill check penalty was too extreme. Yeah, it was. We've reduced the fail check or fail skill check from 25% to 10%, in addition to making the sabotage time for bear traps longer? So saving people from hooks that have bear traps under them is going to be more impossible. Because it's not like Bill Overbeck, the only person who can actually save people from hooks, even if he gets hit, can actually step inside a bear trap and not be phased by it, so that's probably. Increased exit gate opening time from 15 seconds to 20 seconds. We've increased generator and exit gate unlocking time by 10 and 5, respectively, in order to add more time overall to matches. What? Am I losing my mind here? I never thought that the killers were at a disadvantage in the air. Increased bear trap sabotage time from 8 to 16? We believe that sabotaging the trapper's trap and his power was too easy. We've increased the time to sabotage and as compensation. You doubled it? What? Make it 12. Oh my god. Oh, every single match is gonna be a trapper from now on, and it's gonna suck. Increased generator total repair time from 70 seconds to 80 seconds. We've increased generator and exit gate unlocking times by 10 and 5 respectively in order to add more time overall to matches. Reduce the bear trap disarm time from 5 to 2.5. Oh, the disarm. Oh, the ones you sabotage. Oh, they're fucking terminology. Right. Reduce the bear trap disarm time from 5 to 2.5. Now that's good. Now that makes me happy. We've reduced the total time to disarm a trap. We believe that finding a trap should be the challenge, whereas once found, disarming should be relatively fast. Yeah, man, just poke it. Removed hook sabotage score event once gates are powered. Okay, so once gates are powered, nobody can farm any more points. Although I did see somebody on a generator for a good few seconds still working on it after the gates were powered. Removed problematic locker in the Blood Lodge map. The problematic locker? Excuse me. Remove the ability for the trapper to place bear traps under hooks. Remove the ability for the trapper to place bear traps under hooks. Yeah. Suck it. Traps under hooks have caused many issues for survivors trying to save their teammates and ended up with more frustration than fun. Traps can still be placed near the hook, but there should always be enough room for the survivor to unhook their teammates without either survivor being trapped. Mwah. I love you. Come here. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Oh, good. Good shit. You want the possibility for the Chinese firecracker item to spawn in chests or in the blood web, so it's totally gone. Sabotage hooks will now automatically repair after 180 seconds. Just 3 minutes? That's it? This feature has been implemented to help combat the sabotage loop that results in slugging due to the killer having no hooks being too far from all the available hooks and stuff like that. I mean, there's still the basement, and you get them into the sex dungeon. Some character custom items rarity values have also been modified. The adrenaline, balance landing, and sprint burst perks now use a shared cooldown for the activation of the speed boost. Exhausted status effect. Exhausted cooldown is pause while running. Adrenaline causes exhausted status effect, but is not impaired by the status effect. Or maybe it's adrenaline caused. Maybe adrenaline caused exhausted status effect. Wait, no. I can't. This sentence is nonsensical. Adrenaline cause exhausted status effect, but is not impaired by status effect. Okay. Trapper and the hack trap place times have been reduced by 2 seconds overall. There is an initial trap placement time which took 2 seconds, and the trap would be set for 2 to 3 seconds, followed by an out animation which would take another 2 seconds. We've reduced the out and the in animation times to 1 second each, which should help trappers and hags place their traps more dynamically in chases, and perhaps allow killers to play mind games by fake placing a trap. Unhooking a survivor with an item underneath them has been made easier. Unhooking has the priority. Picking up the item requires the survivor to look directly at the item. Okay, cool. Alright, well, bug fixes. Let's see if we can actually quickly get through these. Adjusted darkness levels around closed houses in Haddonfield. Fixed prestige items not properly showing during a prestige reward screen. Fix a crash that could happen during the offering sequence. Fix a crash that could happen while the shape would stalk survivors. Fix an issue causing Left Behind to affect all action speed rather than just the repair speed. Ha 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 ha. Fix an issue causing sprint bursts to trigger during interactions if the survivor holds the run button. Killer powers and momentum Mori kills not to be usable when being a non-host killer in a kill your friend's lobby. Causing killer to get blinded during memento mori kills, causing killers to sometimes float instead of falling after vaulting a window higher than ground level. Causing map selection offerings to have no effect in kill your friends even with the map option set to all. Causing non-obsession survivors to not hear the audio cue when the obsession would get killed. Causing perks to not display the appropriate color in the HUD for spectators, causing players to be stuck on a pulsating logo screen when accepting or joining a private lobby, causing players on the effect of the perk borrowed time to not go into crawl state when being hit out of a bear trap. Funny. Causing survivors to not get a delay after hitting a skill check in the regression zone of the Hex Ruins skill check. Gotcha. Fix an issue causing survivors to animate backwards, moonwalk, and performing an action while using the flashlight. What? I've never seen that. That would have been amazing. An issue causing survivors to be unable to heal themselves with a medkit when standing too close to another player, causing survivors to potentially become stuck when rescuing another survivor from the hook while a bear trap is being placed, causing survivors to sometimes receive the reunited score even... or a Reunited Score event when escaping the level, causing the No One Left Behind achievement to unlock in invalid circumstances, causing the killer to be unable to destroy a pallet from one side in the Torment Creek map, unable to break the pallet in the Wrecker's Yard map, causing the map item to display fully repaired generators, causing the map item to display Sabotage Bear Trap highlighted, or highlights, causing the map item to scout the bear trap held in the trapper's hand. Oh man, you would see like a flying bear trap just moving around the level. That's fantastic. Causing the shape's stalking screen effect to remain on screen for a spectator switching from the killer's point of view to a survivor's point of view. I actually didn't even know that you could go from a killer's point of or survivor's point of view to a killer's point of view. An issue causing the audio from the ferry boat crows in Backwater Swamp to cut off. So they're crows. I thought they're frogs. Causing the description for the Shapes add-on Vanity Mirror to display the description for a Scratched Mirror. Causing the flash... Somebody didn't do the right programming paths for that. Causing the flashlight beam to display the old beam when spectating, causing the hook camera animation to continue on the tally screen if the killer would leave the match during the sacrifice sequence. An issue causing the recover bar to be influenced by other players' health bars and possible reset recover progress. An issue preventing the nurse from blinking through the crashed bus asset in the junkyard maps. That has happened to me. Fix an issue that made it impossible for the player to move the camera while cloaking or uncloaking with a wraith. Fix an issue that made it possible for a killer to attempt an interrupt while carrying a survivor. Made the player camera partially stuck when loading in, where the generator pistons wouldn't move if the exits were powered and the generator was untouched. Fix an issue causing Unbreakable to sometimes allow the owning survivor to recover more than once. Optimize GPU usage for higher cost lights, killer red light, flashlight, cop car light, and Haddonfield neon light, and gas heaven. Thanks, because GPU on my computer also goes pretty wild. From PTB to live, features and content, adjusted add-ons and perks slots to automatically change to the next slot when the character loadout in the character. Wait, what? First of all, is this for this patch? It may be. Adjusted add-ons and perk slots to automatically change to the next slot when the character loadout. English, please. Changed mouse cursor and adjusted mouse cursor speed and menus. I see that, so it is regarding this patch. Moved settings and controls, credits, and quick game buttons to the main menu. Removed extras from the main menu. Adjusted exhaustion cooldown recovery speed to be half as fast when running and 133% faster when crouching. Bloodlust. Changed DK from 10% a second to 20% a second, effectively causing the DK to last a maximum of 5 seconds. Excuse me. Bloodlust progression now resets after blinking or after teleporting to a trap. I don't know if this Bloodlust is a good addition, because some of the chases were long and exciting, and you could, like, you know, finally get away from the killer and hide, and this Bloodlust make it seem like, you know, you're gonna, like, very quickly catch up to the survivor who's running away. Or maybe run past them. I don't know. Remove Bloodlust accumulation and speed boost while cloaked or stalking. Remove the Bloodlust speed boost while attacking. Bug fixes already, I guess, for this patch. I don't know when the patch came out. Maybe in the afternoon. Fix an issue allowing killers to be able to equip any power. Fix an issue causing spectate mode to freeze after switching roles in a KYFN. Or kill your friends and public lobby. Issue causing Unbreakable to get consumed before usage, causing survivors' recover bar to reset when they're picked up by the killer and dropped again. Oh, so that's why people, like, picked you up and dropped you. That is them butt faces, man. Halloween trademark music not to play when loading into Haddonfield. Causing the perk Adrenaline to trigger and cause exhaustion when on the hook while the last generator is repaired. If hooked, Adrenaline will now trigger once unhooked. Fix an issue causing the perk Borrowed Time to appear as a placeholder perk instead of a status effect icon. Fix an issue causing the perk Object of Obsession not to show the killer's survivor or show the killer's survivor's aura under certain situations. Fix an issue making it possible to dismiss the disconnected from server message with a mouse and keyboard. Fix an issue that prevented players from being able to spectate in a KYF or public match. Fixed the missing collision in the Blood Lodge map and fixed typos in the main menu. Yeah, that's good. It's about time, I guess. You're lucky I didn't find any typos in your game yet, but oh my god, I would have. Oh. But overall, I guess I'm happy. I'm not very keen to find out how this Bloodlust is going to work out. I'm elated that the Trapper can no longer place traps under hooks. That is phenomenal. I'm not happy that the full screen issue is not fixed yet. That is pretty annoying. Everything else is fine, and I like it. It's been, you know, of course the game is still not balanced. You know, it still needs balancing. They're just throwing random numbers out there, just hoping that something will eventually work out. But currently, it seems like everything is more out of balance than before. I mean, you're increasing things by 200%. Some of them 100% increase in things, or jumping to 200%. Yeah, increases and decreases of like 5, 10, 15, 20%, like randomly without much. It seems like there's not much thought put into it. It's more about, we know it needs a nerf, or we know that it needs a buff. We just don't know how much. We're just gonna throw in arbitrary numbers and see how everything just blends in together in this pot, and then hopefully in the next patch we'll try to come up with a fix. But aside from that, yeah, let's actually, how about we go and play a match? What do you think?